A student's entrance into college is a time of great change. First-year students have many new opportunities and several new rights, including a right to privacy. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, grants students control over their educational records and any personally identifiable information within those records. So what is FERPA exactly? FERPA is the most common way of referring to Title 34 CFR Part 99, a federal law whose full name is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. It applies to all schools that receive money from the U.S. Department of Education, including LeTourneau. For instance, let's take a look at two students, John and Sarah. Both are first-year students at LeTourneau beginning classes this fall. During their time at LeTourneau, a lot of information about them is collected, including their records, grades, financial aid information, and even conduct violations. FERPA ensures all of this personal information remains private. FERPA especially focuses on protection of what is called PII data. PII stands for Personally Identifiable Information and includes direct identifiers such as student's name, ID number, or social security number. These identifiers can uniquely identify the student without the assistance of any other data. PII also includes indirect identifiers, such as date of birth, address, or other information which, when combined, can identify a student. Because these identifiers are important for the security of student records, FERPA heavily restricts who at LeTourneau can see certain information, how LeTourneau must store the information that is collected, and what LeTourneau can do with this information once we collect it. Outside of faculty staff who need access to FERPA-protected information, only John can see his information and only Sarah can see hers. John and Sarah also have the power to determine who else can see their information. Both federal law and LeTourneau policy direct that faculty staff may only access FERPA-protected information, including PII, approved for access by their position, and they may only use that information for the purpose of supporting the student's academic journey at LeTourneau in a manner consistent with federal law. Consider other people who might want to see John or Sarah's information, like their parents or guardians. John and Joanna's parents may say something like, "I pay the tuition, I should be allowed to see their grades," or "I need to review their financial aid package to be sure they're getting enough grant money." However, like every other college, LeTourneau will not give out that information without approval from the student. As soon as John and Sarah enroll in classes, they are immediately covered under FERPA, even if they are only 17 years old. If John and Sarah would like to share certain information, they may choose to assign their parents or anyone else to be what is called a delegate. Details on how to provide and check for delegated access are available from LeTourneau's Office of the Registrar. Some information is publicly available. This information is known as directory information and includes things like name, classification, major, dates of attendance, and degrees, honors, or awards. For the full list of directory information, contact the Office of the Registrar or review LeTourneau Policy 6.2 Data Classification, which provides specific details about different classifications of student data, including directory information. It also provides guidance on data stewards who can provide further guidance on proper use and handling of different types of student data. Now for some simple FERPA do's and don'ts. Do confirm delegated access where applicable with whoever calls. When discussing anything that could be student PII, do confirm that you're speaking with who you think you're speaking with. You should use acceptable forms of ID, like an in-person confirmation that you know the individual personally, or requesting a state-issued driver's license. Over the phone, you can verify certain things that only the student would know, such as their student ID and class meeting times and locations. Do share information with university colleagues when they have a legitimate educational role and a need to know in order to support the student. Don't share any student information if your role at LeTourneau is not approved to do so. Don't share sensitive information with the student via any mail other than the LeTourneau email. You should only correspond with students about sensitive information or official correspondence via their official university-provided email address. Additionally, certain direct identifiers may never be transmitted, even via secure mail, without approval of an appropriate regulatory body. Consult Policy 6.2 or the registrar for more guidance. Don't leave documents with sensitive information out in public or unattended in your workspace. This includes paper documents and open windows on your computer screen. Don't discuss a student's progress with parents without the consent of the student. This includes delegated access, but it also includes anything a student may have shared when meeting with faculty or staff. Don't use student-provided information for any purpose other than directly assisting that student with their education. Now you should be a little bit more familiar with FERPA at LeTourneau. You should also have a better understanding of why FERPA exists, what information is protected, and what students or parents can do to set up delegated access by contacting the Office of the Registrar. If you have any questions, please email registrar@letu.edu or contact the University Registrar's Office at 903-233-4370.